everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a life update. The last one I filmed was about 7 or 8 months ago and I was sitting right in this spot and I was crying my eyes out and I looked like a mess. I have decided to make that video unlisted now because I don't really want it on my channel. It's not kind of what I want to focus on anymore, and it was good to do at the time. It helped me kind of move on from a few things. I didn't want to set it to private because it has helped a lot of people and it kind of opened up a really big discussion, so I've just left it as unlisted. So if you do want to watch a video, I will leave it in the description box below, but I'm not going to have it on my channel and kind of share it anymore. It's just this is the one time. At the time I kind of made that video to help me move on from everything that had happened, and I do make these life updates for me, kind of. It's not really for anyone else, but obviously people enjoy them, and I like to have them to kind of look back on how far I've come and have it like an online journal for myself. And obviously a lot of people kind of have followed my journey in the last year, I'd say, so since my last life update, and a lot of people have kind of messaged me and, you know, said how well I'm doing, and it's nice to have that for myself and for other people to see how well I'm doing. Obviously I don't want to like preach about it, but it helps others kind of see that they can also get better, so I kind of use it like that. I've got a lot to update you on. Number one, my hair. It's a little bit annoying at the moment because it's not really styling how I want it to, but I've got a lot cut off. It's like really short and it's got a little bit of like blonde in it, and it's just very natural and very easy to kind of manage, wash and do basically. So I'm loving having shorter hair and I don't ever want it to grow, so I'm probably gonna keep cutting it shorter and shorter and keep it at this length basically, but I love it. The second thing being uni. I'm literally in my last week. Like, I finished all my lectures and everything and I've got one exam to do next Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember what day it is, and then I'm done. Literally completely done with uni and I'm so happy. This year has been really hard for obvious reasons. I've had to obviously deal with everything that happened that you would have seen in the last video, and yeah, it just kind of, it added to the pressure and added to the stress and the anxiety, so it's been difficult. I haven't done as well as I've done in other years, but obviously it's a level up and they do mark a bit harsher. However, I did get a very high mark in my dissertation, so I'm very proud of that. But yeah, it's kind of like the last little stretch now and then I'm done. And I had a lot of kind of anxiety about finding a job and being on the job hunt whilst being home alone for however many months in the summer and probably going crazy because of being home alone. So I was very anxious about kind of that and not having much to do with my days. So I've set out early and done the job hunt early. I mean, I can't even call it a job hunt. I literally put out a message on LinkedIn and within a few hours a company messaged me and said, you know, apply for this job, you'd be really good. So I did. Got a call the next day saying they wanted me for an interview the next week, and I went for that interview. They called me back on the same day and said that they want to see me in the same week in a couple of days time. So I did that interview and I got the job. So I'm now the digital executive at a company called Specialist Works, which is like a media agency, and it's literally my ideal job in my ideal kind of place to work. I didn't know it at the time, but since going there, since kind of finding more about the company and finding out about what I'd be doing, it's definitely what I want to do. So I start there in a month's time and I'm really excited, and I'm so like eager and hungry to kind of get out there and use my skills and knowledge that I've learned through blogging, vlogging and university to kind of use it in the real world. And I'm going to be working with some amazing clients, massive brands, and hopefully just kind of building up my connections and using my creativity. So alongside this, I have also done a lot of campaigning. So I've done some with the Samaritans, which you would have seen on my Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and everywhere. And I kind of wanted to do that to show everyone that it does get better and it does get easier and there are other services out there. I kind of knew Samaritans as the suicide charity, and it was only when I used the service that I realised that it wasn't that. It is obviously that to some extent, but it was also for people who just needed someone to talk to. And when I was going through my breakup, I was lonely, didn't have a lot of people to talk to, was home alone quite a lot, and it just left me feeling rubbish. And I called them, and they made me feel a lot less lonely. So I wanted to do that campaign to kind of raise awareness about the fact that it's not just a suicide charity, and there is help out there for people who just need someone to talk to. I was very passionate about it and really wanted to kind of make it into a massive campaign with them, and I was the face of the February appeal campaign. So I had my own like donation link, and I kind of just encouraged people to get involved, donate and raise money for this amazing charity, because they purely rely on funding. So in order for them to help other people, they need the money. And I will leave a link to the donation page below so you can go and donate, and also all my other kind of work that I've done with them recently. I have got something else planned with them for the next kind of few weeks, and then at the end of this year I think. We still need to go through a few things, but I've got a lot more planned with them. And I've also been the face of their March appeal campaign as well, because their February campaign was so successful. So that's been a massive privilege for me. And I also had the privilege of going to their offices and to their kind of annual meeting, if you want to call it that. And I was on a panel and I spoke about my work with them. I spoke about my blog, YouTube, all the different things that I'm doing, and kind of how I got to that point. And that was really, really nice to meet the team, meet the people behind the scenes. I was speaking to people all day, and it was just such a nice thing to go to and kind of see how charities work within the sector, because I kind of asked to go. I basically said I want to see what you do, and I want to see how, you know, everything that I do at uni is like works in the real world, and especially kind of charity. I was very interested to see how they do it, because they're obviously a non-profit organisation, and I was interested to see how that would kind of work in their world. It was really, really interesting, and it definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things. I really want to go back there again, because they are such nice people there, and Jane in particular was very nice that day, and she's been really, really, really helpful, really encouraging and really supportive. So if you're watching this, thank you. So yeah, I've got a lot more planned with them. I've also done a few things with the BBC. I can't really say much about that, but I've done it. Also written an article with BBC Newsbeat. I've been on Sky News. I have written for The Mighty, I've written for The Debrief, I have written for The Guardian. I've literally lost track. I've written for a lot of people. I've done a lot of things off my own back. I am part of like the media volunteers for Time to Change and for Student Minds and things like that, but I've kind of wanted to look for my own opportunities as well, because I didn't want to just kind of sit and wait for them to come to me, and that's the best way to connect and network with people and get myself out there. So that's kind of what I've been focusing on, and I've just built my little career out of all of that, and it's been really rewarding. And obviously that has brought a lot of kind of happiness and joy to my life, and I've really enjoyed being single for 6 months, I think it was 6 or 7, and just living my life and kind of getting out of that depressed stage that I was at 6 or 7 months ago, and making something of myself and not letting idiots rule my life. And it's been so nice and so refreshing, and I felt so much happier, and I can't even express the happiness. I've done my cognitive behavioural therapy. That was really, really useful. I'll put my experience below. I wouldn't say it's life-changing for me, but it's definitely kind of helped me grow as a person. So I was single for a reasonable amount of time, and I kind of just wanted to get myself back out there and regain my confidence. So I downloaded many dating apps, which I never thought I would do in my life, and I just got talking to people, and I did kind of go on a few dates with one person, and things happened and it just fizzled out, and that was fine. And then I deleted it for a bit, kind of didn't really want to bother with it, and then I re-downloaded it for whatever reason one day, and I'm so glad I did, because I have met someone so amazing and so lovely, and he has changed my view on men completely. I obviously had this view of men being arrogant idiots basically who used and abused women, but he's completely changed my view, and he is now my boyfriend. And yeah, things have just been going really well with him. We've been on loads of dates, we've spent time together, we see each other every week. It's just very relaxed and very chilled at the moment, and I've really, really enjoyed it, and it's just built my confidence right back up. And yeah, that's all I can really say about him, because I don't want to put all of our relationship online obviously, but yeah, things are going well. And lastly, one thing that I wanted to kind of just put in this video was that I'm planning on doing a YouTube series about uni, my experiences, how I've coped over the years, because it's not been easy for me personally, and I wanted to kind of give a view on uni that isn't usually spoken about, because a lot of people kind of see it as the best years of your life, whereas for me they haven't been the best years of my life, and I can't wait to finish. So I kind of wanted to do a YouTube series to raise awareness about the fact that uni isn't the be all and end all of your life and your career. So I've got a lot of videos coming up, I think, hopefully in the next few weeks, and yeah, that's all I can really say. I think that's pretty much everything. A lot of future plans coming up. I've got my birthday to look forward to. I'm 21 in a few weeks' time. I've got a lot of things planned. I'm feeling very happy, very positive, very different to the last video, and yeah, I hope you are all well. Thank you for all of the support that you have given me. I wouldn't have been able to do it without any of you, and yeah, see you in my next video.